हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू लॉ लर्निंग स्कूल। आज की वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे MCQs ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट 1872। आज से हम MCQs ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट 1872 की सीरीज़ जो कि आपके अपकमिंग जुडिशरी के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है वो स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं। आज हम पार्ट 1 डिस्कस करेंगे। इसी के साथ हम फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं। द प्रोविजन of about communication of acceptance in various legal system fall into which of the following categories। बोला है जो प्रोविज़न है कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ एक्सेप्टेंस का जो कि वेरियस लीगल सिस्टम में फॉल होता है वो विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कैटेगरीज में है ना। ऑप्शन ए बोला है द सिस्टम ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, ऑप्शन बी बोला है द सिस्टम ऑफ डिक्लेरेशन, ऑप्शन सी बोला है द मिक्स्ड और इलेक्ट्रिक सिस्टम एंड ऑप्शन डी इज all of them। Then right answer is option D, all of them। And the next question is the relation of dependents may arise, option A, from a special authority or a confidence committed to the donee and from the frivolous in body or a mind of the donor, and option C is either A and B and option D is none of these। Then right answer is option C, either A and B। And the next question is the right of surety to indemnity is an incident of the guarantee। The option A is the principal debtor will be the liable, and option B without the necessity of any further request for all sum subsequently paid by the surety under the guarantee as money paid to the use of the principal debtor। And option C क्या बोलता है both A and B and option D is none of these। Then right answer is option C, both A and B। And the next question is the rule of limitation in foreign country which the contract is made। बोला है जो रूल है लिमिटेशन का फॉरेन कंट्री में जहाँ पर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो है बनाया जाता है मे बी सेट अप एज अ डिफेंस टू द सूट फाइल्ड इन इंडिया इफ the rule has extinguished the contract and option B the parties were domiciled in that foreign country during the period prescribed by that rule, and option C both A and B and option D is none of these। Then right answer is option C, both A and B। And the next question is the subject matter of section 8 of Indian Contract Act 1872 is divided into option A performance of the condition of a proposal and acceptance of any consideration for reciprocal promise which may be offered within a proposal and option C is both A and B and option D none of these। The right answer is both A and B। And the next question is the term law in expression forbidden by law would include any enactment or rule of law for the time being in force in India which would fall under which of the following subheads। Option A the provision of any legislative enactment, option B rule of Hindu and Mohammedan law, and option C other rule for the time being in force in India, and option D is all of them। The right answer is all of them। And the next question is the term benefit and detriment have been used by court in which of the following sense in section 2 of Indian Contract Act 1872। Option A act which values, and option B is such act the performance of which is not already legal due from promisee, and option C both A and B and option D none of these। Then right answer is both A and B। And the next question is the theories or juristic based basis for the doctrine of frustration were evolved for the justifying the departure from the doctrine of absolute contract। The main theories are first is implied term theory and option B is basis or foundation of a contract, option C just and reasonable solution, option fourth is radical changes in the obligation under the contract। इन थ्योरीज में आपको ये बताना है कि कौन सा जो ऑप्शन है इस कोड बताया गया है क्या जो स्टेटमेंट 2 या 3 है वो सही है, या स्टेटमेंट 4 ही ओनली सही है, स्टेटमेंट 1 ही सही है, या ऑल ऑफ देम है. Then right answer is option D, all of them. And the next question is, the uni-drought principle expressly provide that the ascertaining the intention of a party be it the subjective intention for the reasonableness test regard shall be had to which of the following circumstances. Statement first दी है preliminary negotiation between the parties, and the second statement is practice which the party have established between themselves, and option जो statement third है वो बोलता है the conduct of a party subsequent to conclusion of the contract. And next है the nature and the purpose of a contract, and the next है the meaning commonly given to the term and expression in the trade concern, and the next is usages. एक कोड दिया गया है, इसमें आपको राइट आंसर जो है वो चूज करना है. देन ऑल ऑफ देम मतलब सारी ही स्टेटमेंट जो है वो सही है. And the next question is the use of the word person in section 2C of the Indian Contract Act 1872 indicates. And the option A, just a human being, it must be given extent sense in include government, and option C, both A and B. Option D is none of these. The right answer is option B, it must be given extended sense to include government. And the next question is the word loss or damage may be harm to person, harm to property, injury to economic position, and option D, all of them. The right answer is all of them. And the next question is the word signifies in the definition of section 2 of Indian Contract Act 1872 indicates. That option A is that the offer must be communicated to the person to whom it is made, and option B is that the offer need not be communicated to the person to whom it is made, and option C, either A and B, and option D is none of these. Then right answer is option A, that the offer must be communicated to the person to whom it is made. मतलब जो ऑफर जिसने बनाया है उसके द्वारा वो कम्युनिकेटेड किया जाना चाहिए. And the next question is time and place for the performance of a promisee, where the time is specified and no application to be made in which of the following in the Indian Contract Act 1872. Section 42, Section 36, Section 47, Section 40. And the right answer is option C, Section 47. And the next question is to constitute a bailment, the actual or constructive possession of specific movable property goods must be vacated by, and option A, its owner or possession, bailer, and his agent duly authorized for the purpose in favor of another person, sir, मतलब bailey. And option C is either A and B. Option D is none of these. Then right answer is option C, either A and B. And the next question is to which of the following the lien claimable under section 221 of Indian Contract Act 1872 is confined is option A is commission, option B is disbursement, and option C is disservice in respect of specific property, and option D all of them. Then right answer is option D, all of them. And the next question is under section 18 of Indian Contract Act 1872 misrepresentation fall. बोला जो under section 18 of Indian Contract Act में misrepresentation दिया है वो fall करता है a statement. एक statement दी गई है, इन statements में आपको choose करना है. A statement of fact which is false would be misrepresentation if the maker believed to be true, and which is not justified by information he possessed. And option B क्या बोलता है, any breach of duty which gain or advantages to the person committing it by misleading another to his prejudice, and where being no intention to deceive. And option C is causing a party to an agreement to make a mistake as to substance of the thing which is the subject of agreement to even though done innocently. And option D क्या बोलता है? All of them. The right answer is all of them. And the next question is, under section 55 of Indian Contract Act 1872, a vendor has no right to make time of the essence of the contract unless option A, the vendor is able, ready and willing to to proceed to completion, and option B is when the vendor purports to make time of the essence of the contract. The purchaser must be guilty of such default as to entitle the vendor to rescind the contract subject to it being done by reasonable notice. And option A and B, both A and B are right, and option D, none of these. Then right answer is option C, both A and B are correct. And the next question is, under section 55 of Indian Contract Act 1872, the intention of a party can be ascertained from option A is a expression word used in the contract. Statement 2 is the nature of a property which from the subject matter of the contract, and statement 3 the nature of a contract itself, and option 4th is the surrounding circumstances. Then option D is the right answer, mean all the statement are correct. And the next question is, under which of the following any provision of Indian Contract Act 1872 would be void, it inconsistent with the fundamental right? Article 11 of the Constitution of India, Article 12 of the Constitution of India, Article 13 of Constitution of India, Article 14 of the Constitution of India. Then right answer is option C, Article 13 of Constitution of India. And the next question is, under which of the following bailee is not responsible in redelivery to bailer without title of Indian Contract Act 1872? बोला under which of the following bailee is not responsible, कि कौन सी सेक्शन में वे जो है बेली रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है रीडिलीवरी टू बेलर विदाउट टाइटल ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट 1872? Section 166, Section 159, Section 163, Section 160, and the right answer is option 166. Okay. And the next question is, under which of the following circumstances as per the Specific Relief Act is 1963 the court may refuse to rescind the contract in the suit of rescission? Statement दी है, the plaintiff has expressly or implied ratified the contract, and due to changes in the circumstances after the making of the contract, not due to the act of the defendant himself, the party cannot be subsequently restored to the position and in which they stood when the contract was made. And another statement is, the third party have during the subsistence of the contract acquiring the right in good faith without notice and for value. And fourth statement, only a part of a contract is sought to be rescind, and such part is not severable from the rest of the contract act. Okay. Then right answer is all of them, mean all statement are correct. And the next question is, under which of the following pawnee is not to retain for debt or promise other than that for which goods pledged in the Indian Contract Act 1872? Then under section 174, under section 171, under section 173, and section 178. Then right answer is option A, section 174. And the next question is, unless the term of the guarantee provide other, the surety is entitled to claim relief from the principal debtor immediately. Option A, as often as he pay anything under the guarantee as it fall due. And option B, all and is not required to pay the whole debt due from the principal debtor before the compelling reimbursement. Option C, both A and B. Option D is none of these. The right answer is both A and B. And the next question is void contract. Void contract क्या है? A contract which ceased to be enforceable by law but is in effect. And next option is a contract which ceased to be enforceable by law no longer enforceable. And option C is either A and B, and option D is none of these. Then right answer is option B. A contract which ceased to be enforceable by law is no longer enforceable. And the next question is, what are the conditions for application of the section 235 of Indian Contract Act 1872? Option the statement, first, the agent had made a untrue representation that he is authorized agent of another, which may also be a representation as to the context and extent of the authority of the agent. And statement 2 is the representation relate to the fact. And option जो statement third है वो बोलता है the third party has been misled to induce to lead to deal with the agent of on the faith of such a representation. And fourth statement, the principal has repudiated or refused to ratify the transaction. And option जो statement next है वो बोलता है the third party has suffered a loss of consequences. Then all जितनी statement दी गई हैं ये fifth all statement are correct. And the next question is, what is the purpose of the rule of mitigation to prevent the waste of the limited source in society, which forces the innocent party, the plaintiff, to find a substitute after the defendant breach, and to enable the defendant to commit efficient breach of a contract where the defendant deliberately would break his contractual relationship for a better opportunity. And option C is both A and B. Option D is none of these. The right answer is both A and B. When the next question is, when a statute clearly cover a case, it is hardly necessary to refer the decision in which of the following cases it was so upheld. Then first option is Lala Kapoor Chand Ghodab versus Mir Nawab Himatya Tulla Ajma. And the next case है the state of Madras versus Kanan Durkarle and Corporation Limited. And is a Kanaiya Lal versus Dinesh Chandra and the Bhagwan Das Govardhan Das Kadia versus Girdhari Lal Parshottam Das. And the right answer is option A is Lala Kapoor Chand case. ठीक है. And the next question is, when did the Indian Contract Act 1872 come into force? Is the 1st September, 5th September, 7th September and 10th September. Then right answer is 1st September. Next question is, when the guarantee is expressed to be continuing guarantee and to apply the balance for time to time owing by the principal debtor to the creditor, time runs. Option A is only from the date with when each of such balance is constituted by the excess of the total debts over total credit, and B is not from the date when each advance is made to the principal debtor, and either A and B, and option D is none of these. Then right answer is option A. And the next question is, where a contract is one of the guarantee is option A. The surety need not be called upon a pay unless the principal debtor has committed a default, and option B. The surety is entitled to all the right with the discharge, the subrogation or of security indemnity from the principal debtor provided in section 133 to 145 through an indemnifier is entitled to right given by section 140 and 141, and option C is both A and B, and option D is none of these. Then right answer is option C, both A and B. And the next question is, where the bailment is to hire, it may be hiring the bailment is for hire, it may be hiring the use of goods, hiring the use of labor or work on with regard to the goods, yeah, hiring of the custody of the service in keeping for example the service of keeping the good, and hiring of care of the carriage of goods. कौन सी स्टेटमेंट जो है वो सही है? देन राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी, मतलब सारी ही स्टेटमेंट जो है वो सही है. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, where the law is codified, it is of the title availed. Inquire, what is the law? Apart from such codification, the code itself, it must be looked to as a guide in which manner this refer to which the following cases. Option 1 is One and Corporation versus McDonald. Option B is a Produce Broker Corporation Limited versus Olympia Oil versus Oil and Cake Corporation Limited, and C is Malt versus a Holiday, and option D is a Laird versus Guibert. Then right answer is option A is One and Corporation versus McLeod. And the next question is, where the seller wrongfully neglect or refuses to deliver the goods to the buyer, and the buyer may sue the seller for option A damages for non-delivery, and option B specific performance subject to the provision of the Specific Relief Act 1963, and option C is breach of warranty, in which event the buyer may set up against the seller such breach in dominations or extensions of the price, or sue the seller or damages to the breach of warranty. And the right answer is all of them. Okay. And the next question is, which of the deal with the effect of the negotiations, recession or alteration of the contract, the Indian Contract Act 1872, section 68, section 50, section 61, section 62, and the right answer is option D, section 62. Which of the following amendment are inserted in section 19 subclause A into the Indian Contract Act 1872 and the Indian Contract Act Amendment Act 1899, Act number 6 of 1899, and Indian Contract Act Amendment 1899, Act 7 of 1899, and Indian Contract Act Amendment Act जो है 8 of 1899, Indian Contract Act Amendment Act is 1899 is 9 of 1899. Then right answer is option A. जो Indian Contract Act Indian Contract Amendment Act है वो Act 6 है of 1899. And the next question is, which of the following are essential condition of pledge? bailment of goods, and bailment by the way of security, security of payment of debt, and all of them. The right answer is all of them. And the next question is, which of the following are condition for the application of the section 70 of Indian Contract Act 1872? Is the goods are to be delivered lawfully to, or some lawfully, or something has to be done for another person lawfully, and the third donee, and the thing done, or the thing done or goods delivered must be done or delivered without intention to do so gradually. And so option C is the person to whom the goods are delivered enjoy the benefit through thereof. Then all of them. The right answer is all of them. And the next question is, which of the following are requirement for the application of the provision section 69 of Indian Contract Act 1872? And the option A is the plaintiff must have made an actual or virtual payment of a money, and the plaintiff must have been compelled to pay his money to the third party, and the defendant must have legally liable to pay the third party, and through the plaintiff would usually stand some kind of relationship to the person for whom it is he paid. No relationship of privity is necessary to give a right of actions. Is and option D is all of them. The right answer is all of them. And the next question is, which of the following bind the principal rule under section 229 of Indian Contract Act 1872? And a notice or intimation given to an agent, and B is knowledge of any fact material to such transaction acquired by the agent. Option C is either A and B. Option D is none of them. The right answer is option C, either A and B. And the next question is, which of the following case section 235 of Indian Contract Act 1872 does not apply? The case of a man who represents that he has authority from another when he has no authority whatever, and the case of a man who represents that he has certain authority from another when he has authority of another descriptions, and the case of agent those authority is terminated without his knowledge. Both A and B, and the right answer is both A and B. And the next question is, which of the following conditions are essential before the application of the second paragraph is section 56 of Indian Contract Act 1872? A valid or subsisting contract before the parties, and therefore there must be some part of the contract yet to be performed, and the contract after it is entered into become impossible to performance, and option D is in all of them. And the next question is, which of the following damages are punitive in nature? Is a aggravated damages, exemplary damages, both A and B, and none of them. The right answer is both exemplary damage. And the next question is, which of the following deals with the continuing guarantee in the Indian Contract Act 1872? Option A section 129, option B 126, section 123, and option section 130, and the right answer is option A, section 129. Next question is, which of the following deal with when agent cannot delegate the Indian Contract Act 1872? Section 190, section 191, section 185, section 181, and option A is the right answer of section 190. And the next question is, which of the following deal with when principal may revoke agent authority in the Contract Act 1872, section 203, section 205, section 192, section 204, and the right answer is option A, is section 203. Which of the following deal with the agent's account in the Indian Contract Act 1872, Section 1, Section 211, Section 219, Section 213, Section 210? And the right answer is option C, Section 213. And next question is, which of the following deal with the agent of duty or termination of agency by the principal, death or insanity of the Indian Contract Act 1872? And option A is 200, option B is 203, and option 3 209, and option 4 is 204. And the right answer is option section 209. And the next question is, which of the following deal with agent duty to pay some received from principal in the in Indian Contract Act 1872, Section 211, Section 219, Section 218, Section 210? And the right answer is 218. And the next question is, which of the following deal with the agreement in restraint of marriage void in the Indian Contract Act 1872? Then Section 22, Section 26, Section 20, and Section 20, Section 19. Then right answer is option B, Section 26. जो Section 26 है वो बात करता है deal with agreement to restrain of marriage void in the Indian Contract Act 1872. इसी के साथ हमारे जो 50 क्वेश्चन हैं वो कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं. यदि आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी है देन डू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब एंड प्रेस द बेल आइकन फॉर फर्दर नोटिफिकेशन. और साथ ही साथ मैं आपको बताती चलूँ कि जो मेरा ये चैनल है लॉ लर्निंग स्कूल, उसमें मैंने ये प्लेलिस्ट बनाई हुई है. और यदि आप मेरे से पढ़ना चाहते हैं, यदि आप किसी भी वीडियो को देखना चाहते हैं, इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट और आईपीसी को मैंने यहाँ कवर करवाया है, यदि आप देखना चाहते हैं तो मेरे चैनल के प्लेलिस्ट में जाकर आप उन लेक्चर को देख सकते हैं. और साथ ही साथ आप मेरे वीडियो को लाइक करिएगा, शेयर करिएगा, सब्सक्राइब करिएगा, ताकि आगे आने वाली जितनी भी वीडियोस हैं उनकी नोटिफिकेशन आप तक पहुंच सके. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.